What's up, everyone? Welcome to day 619 of the vlog. I decided to do something a little bit different because I wanted to scrap the rest of today as far as what happened. I ran 12 miles and we played community soccer. And instead of documenting that, I wanted to introduce y'all to me because I feel like there's a lot of you who are new to the channel might be a little bit confused as to why I'm doing a daily vlog and I'm not just like in Chile getting the best waves of my life all the time and I'm showing everything else that's happening. So to give you some background, I want to just make this quick, short, easy, hopefully easy to digest video about me, myself, how I got here, what I'm doing, what my goals are, and that sort of thing. So we'll get straight into it. My name is Tanner. I am a surfer through and through. Everything about my life revolves around surfing and the ocean and being part of this like incredibly spiritually connected experience that is surfing and riding waves. Like I love it with everything that I possibly have. I got a degree in mechanical engineering a few years ago from the University of California, Irvine. I worked a mechanical engineering corporate job for a little while and hated that shit. I realized I knew going into it that I wasn't really gonna like it because I've, been born and raised outside, like in the desert, racing cars and like doing off-road cars and doing that sort of thing. So I wasn't meant to be inside. I've never wanted to be inside. I picked up surfing at around 16 years old, and that kind of started developing into a crazy obsession. Like it really felt like I belonged out there, and it was something that I loved, and it's something that I really sucked at for a super long time. Fast forward a few years, go through engineering school, been through a lot of different things in life through that. My parents had split, like I kind of been, was starting to get forged into the man that I am today. Worked engineering for a while, hated that, left and decided I was going to do whatever it took to find a way to make big wave surfing and chasing some of the biggest waves in the world a reality for myself as part of a job. I knew that there was some way I could do it, and I knew that it would kind of be with social media. And what ended up happening is I left, worked in restaurants, swung a hammer, did like concrete stuff for my dad's friends. Like I am no stranger to like working on things or like, having to swing a hammer, getting down and dirty. And I've crewed on super yachts for chartering, and it's just like any opportunity I could to make an extra buck, that's what I was gonna do. It's incredible. It gave me an insane amount of life skill that you can't just get, unless you get this experience. And then I started creating content. And for the last 3 years, I have dedicated my entire life to making videos and getting better at them and doing things that are different. Now, where the vlog comes into play is essentially what happened is the last 2 years have been by far the hardest years of my life. There's been nothing that can touch what I have gone through in the last couple of years, especially when it comes to like forging me into the man that I am destined to become, because I got married, and then I got divorced because that relationship failed tragically. I was in it for life. I was fully headstrong, and the other person just like didn't feel the same. And, found that out after we had done everything. So that screwed me super hard, and it put me in a really bad place. I had been floating us financially, so I had been put into a crazy, debt hole. I, lost who I thought was going to be the love of my life, like forever. And then I ended up having to move out of where we were living because obviously we split, and I slept on the floor at my grandma's house for a year. So over probably a year and a half, I think. So it's been gnarly, like emotionally challenging, financially challenging, career-wise challenging. The fact that I'm still able to do this is actually insane. I don't really know how I'm still here. Like whatever was going on in my head, like I just kept going. Crazy. But I started this vlog because I was going through that, and because I knew I needed something to help keep me on track because I was about to enter the hardest time in my life. Just across the board, like I just talked about. So I started making these videos because I wanted to ride the biggest wave of my life. And within that first year, I did all of that. I went to Jaws, I went to Mavericks, I went to Nazare. I rode all of the biggest waves that I've ever ridden in my entire life. And through that, somehow, ended up like getting all those crazy waves and still somehow finding a way to do this. But every month was like paycheck to paycheck to paycheck to paycheck. Like, no, it was just like I was going backwards. I was barely going forwards. Like I was stuck in this financial hole from the relationship and the failed marriage and the emotional like trauma associated with that. And I'm like a very vocal, I feel like I feel a lot as a person, as a man. I have to express that creatively a handful of different ways, which is why I think I've found this so fun, because I can express it and talk about like how I'm feeling and how I'm getting through things, because I know that not only it helps me, but it'll help other people as well, because like I get messages from you guys, and that literally means the world. And I will do this every day until the day that I die if I know that's going to help make somebody's life better, or they find some sort of inspiration in the lowest point in their life, because I go through hard shit too. And so does everybody else. And I'm also like a very poor content creator. I'm trying not to be, but that's where I am, and that's all right. I'm gonna get there eventually. Like I'll be like one of the bigger guys eventually, and I'm working on that. I'm bringing on a filmer soon and doing all this stuff. But essentially, that's where the vlog is at. I rode the biggest wave of my life. It initially started out as like a big wave training vlog, and then it has since shifted into just a daily life vlog. I have kind of, since last winter, I came back from Nazaré and I was super down and I had $0. Like I literally had $5 in my bank account at one point. I might have even had less. And it was the most stressed I've ever been. And I was just so sick and tired of living paycheck to paycheck. So I knew it was time for a change. I knew that I loved helping people, and I knew that I loved being a teacher and a tutor and finding ways to help motivate people to live a happier and healthier life. Like, I find chasing hard things like big wave surfing or like training for this 100-mile ultra marathon to be how I want to live my existence. And I find that fun and entertaining. So I shifted everything, and I spent 3 or 4 months building a program that I can use to help people lock in on their fitness and nutrition, as well as conquer fears. Fear management is a big part of what I talk about and preach like throughout my programs that I have for these one-on-one coaching clients. And I essentially help them over either 100 days or 6 months to build the best version of themselves that they ever have before, on the idea of 1% better every day for 100 days. That's something that I've done a couple series on, like throughout this 600-ish days of vlogging, is I've done a few of those. And my goal now is to continue chasing the biggest wave of my life, but also the biggest barrel of my life, and also document everything and anything in between what is happening on a daily basis. Because in 20 years, I want to be able to show my kids some of the most pivotal and influential times in my entire life that shaped me into the man that I was destined to become, and I have it documented. All of it. All of the big wave sessions, all of the highs, all of the lows, the emotional times. Like, it's crazy. It's actually insane that we can do this now. And now I can look back on some of these big wave sessions and relive that entire day. I'm not like, oh, well, like I think, like I remember I got a pretty good wave that day. It's like, no. I can go through all of this because now it brings up the emotions and it brings up everything else associated with that day. And you remember so much more, and it's so powerful. So I find that incredible. And yeah, that's why I keep doing it. Like, I love it. I love making these videos every day. You know, somebody was like hating super hard yesterday of like, oh, like what a waste, you've been doing this for 600 days and you have like, you know, less than 5,000 subs. And I'm like, I don't care. I like, it doesn't affect me. Like I'm not just like, I don't care about the views or all that. Like, I know that this is helping people, and I know that I should take it a little bit more seriously. And I think if I put a little bit more effort into it, it could get a lot more traction. So they were right to some extent, but what they had totally wrong is that, like, you've never heard me complain about the videos that they're not getting views. Like, I just love making it, man. I love making videos. And I think as I go more and I bring on a filmer and do all this stuff, then it's going to start to get more traction, and like we'll be able to help more people. Like, that's the whole goal. I'm going to start talking about things and discussing subjects and, you know, doing Q&As and, you know, whatever I can do to help people live a happier and healthier life. That's what I'm going to do, while simultaneously like chasing big waves, or like, you know, getting the best waves of my life in Chile, or, you know, exploring new places or new countries and all that. But, you know, it's like, that's what I want to do. And I'm trying to walk this line of being a full-time athlete, like training for this race, training for big wave surfing, being like a quote, like professional surfer and trying to influence surfing in a positive way, while also like having this coaching business to help fund the rest of that, because like I don't really care about being a professional surfer. I'm just gonna be me anyway. But there's a couple brands like Driftline, like Santa Cruz Paleo, like Try Omni One that have been with me for a very long time, and they really support what I do. That is great. Like, I love working with them, and it doesn't feel like I have to like push their stuff, because I know that it's good. And I'm not worried about it, and I use it every day, and I can talk about it, and I'm not like, oh, like, buy this, like, shampoo or whatever. And shampoo, obviously, I'm not buying shampoo. I don't have any hair. But that's kind of, maybe that's the end of this rant. I don't really know if that makes sense, but the last 600 days have been some of the best and some of the hardest of my entire life, without question. And I have it all documented. I think that's incredible. And I'm excited to, like, continue this, because I don't plan on stopping. Like, I genuinely love this. And it's so cool to see like all of this stuff. So yeah, it's like, I'm going to be working, I'm going to be taking on clients and helping people change their lives. And then whatever money I make from that goes straight back into this, and straight into the experience, and straight into like living life the way that I think I would like to live it, and learning and being open and honest. And, you know, I don't really know where the rest of this is supposed to go, but that's me, surfer, engineer, fitness nerd, just kind of nerd across the books. If there's things that you want to see more of, or that you'd like, or people you think I should collab with, like, comment that, you know? I've decided, like, I'm done like commenting to people who hate. I just, you know, if you're gonna hate on me, that's fine. Like, you're not doing any of this stuff. Like, I've never seen you at Nazaré. I've never seen you do the Molokai to Oahu race. It's just like, you can't keep up with me. Like, I'm sorry. I'm so confident in what I do, it like doesn't matter. But I'm just not gonna comment back anymore. It's just stupid. And Yeah, things are great, man. Like I'm on the verge, I think, again, of like living one of the best years of my life, and I just came back from the best trip of my entire life. And I think if I keep putting this good energy out and helping people get better and making my coaching program better and getting smarter and learning and just living this incredible life that we get to live, because life is fucking electric and there's nothing that can stop you from doing anything of what you dreamt about or even it's crazy, man. Life is incredible. I hope that you guys get out and try to go and live it. And I hope that these videos help push you in that direction, because I love you and the people around you love you and they want to see you win. The real people who want to see you win will make it very apparent in your life. And that's what I'm going to end it on. But that's kind of me. I don't really know if that made sense. You can let me know if you liked it or not. But if you see me in public, always say what's up. Like, I'm always down to chat. And I'll hopefully see you guys, some of you guys in the water. Dude, I'm so hot right now. I'm dripping sweat in the car. Thank y'all. See you tomorrow.